there's a miscommunication a lot of the time. So maybe Russell's people thought CBS was handling it, and CBS thought that Russell on the street level was going to take care of it. And then they realized, well, the record's coming out Tuesday. We never did the test of the album on the acetate. We don't need it because we're going to have clean copies in a day or two. I think that's more the thing. I remember going to Def Jam when it was on Broadway, and it was like a real small office. And there was a guy named Russell Sadowski there. And at the time, I don't know if we discussed this. I think I told you about it. The Def Jam jacket was a big thing. The label jackets were big. The leather sleeve with the wool. Storm and Norman was like the big manufacturer of these jackets. And it would have like the Def Jam logo over here. It had the tone arm and you'd put your name on. It was like a big thing. And you couldn't get them unless you were in the label. You had to really have a connection. So I had one. I was wearing around my neighborhood, and everybody was like, "You got to get one. You got to get one." And at the time, I had like every label. I had a cutting. I had a profile. It was green arms. I had every jacket made, and I was getting them for my friends. I would go up there, and I wasn't even making money. They were $85 a piece. They gave me the money. I was just being a good guy, getting them for different people. And I go up to Russell's office one day, and I go pick up one of the jackets. I look on the floor behind him, and he's got two jackets thrown on the floor. Which, so I'm like, yo, Russ, what are those things? He goes, oh, those are prototypes. We're not going with them. And he pulls one up, and purple's my favorite color. It was a purple windbreaker with fluorescent yellow tone on fluorescent yellow Def Jam recordings in the back. The other one was a black nylon bomber with fluorescent orange. So I got those, which those never came out. Those are crazy. But my point about getting to that was really about Def Jam at that point was before they were kind of linking with the CBS thing and the Columbia records. So that would have been a time, but I would have seen them with all of the people I'm around. I would have seen them, and I've never seen any of those. And whenever I did see a Def Jam test pressing in the 80s or 90s, they were more like a bootleg. Like Mama Said Knock You Out has a stamp. I never believed it was real. Around the Way Girl, it says Molly Mall remix. They look like they were done after the fact. They don't look legit. I've never seen like from the pressing plant test pressing ever of a Def Jam record.